The first thing to consider when it comes to using incense in the divine service or a Vesper service is where all of the things that you need will be staged for safety. So it's hot and it can set things on fire. So where it is set down matters, and also if it has to be, if it should get kicked over or something, you need to have like some leather gloves ready, that sort of thing. Maybe a bucket of water, all those things accessible during the service, or where you can get them very quickly and so forth. So you really have to think all these things through. And if you're going to have acolytes doing this, of course, they need to be mature enough and trained well enough that they don't get hurt. So all of that has to be done beforehand. That all being done and thought through, here's the way that incense is used in the service. In procession, the thurifer will carry the thurible down and lead the procession. He'll be followed immediately by the boat bearer if there is a separate person to do that. And after that would come the main crucifix and the regular procession. So however you do that's fine. He can either then go straight to where he's going to be seated, or he can wait. The next time it's going to be used is at the Gloria in Excelsis. So for the Gloria in Excelsis, the celebrant will have processed to the altar, genuflected, stood back up, and then he turns to his left. He is going to then take the boat from the thurifer, get some incense, and then he says this, "Be blessed by him in whose honor you burn. Amen." And then he's going to cense the altar. So the way that is done is 3 basically in the middle. These are called these triple doubles. So you go 2 in the middle, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and the center of the altar, or towards the crucifix, the main crucifix. And then it's just going to be 3 singles across the top right, 2 on the south side, and then 6 across the back, and then 2 on the north side coming back to the west, and then 3 more across the top to get to the middle. All of those are done towards the top of the altar, or the top edge of the altar. And then it's simply 6 more across the front, straight from left to right. And then the celebrant simply turns back to his left. He should be back in the middle by then. And the thurifer is there to receive the thurible from him. The next part of the service is for incense will be the gospel procession. And this is a little bit unusual because the thurifer will go out without boat and he will follow the deacon. He will need to have it already smoking, so he will have to do that during the epistle, or at some point he might have to relight the charcoal, or at least probably add incense at that point. He follows the deacon in the procession. The deacon, after the announcement of the gospel, salutation if you have it, and then the announcement of the gospel, while the people are responding, the deacon turns to his right, around behind him, and takes the thurible from the thurifer, and then he censes the gospel book itself, which again gets a triple double, 2 to the middle, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and then he turns around again, hands it back, and then turns around towards the gospel and reads the gospel as normal. And then the procession back to the altar again. The thurifer actually follows the deacon. And then the last place, other than the procession out, is going to be by the deacon again, and this is going to be at the altar. So after the deacon has prepared the table, the thurifer is going to be there with boat and with burning coal, and the deacon will reenact the same ceremony that the celebrant had at the Gloria in Excelsis. He'll take the boat and he will put incense on the burning coal with the words, "Be blessed by him in whose honor you burn. Amen." Then he will turn around and give the thurifer to the celebrant. And then the celebrant will cense the elements on the altar by doing 3 crosses, and then 3 circles. So it's just like the shape of a cross, like a plus sign 3 times, and then the 3 circles, 2 are counterclockwise, and then the last one is clockwise. And be careful you don't, swing into the flagon or something. And then the deacon hands the thurible back to the the celebrant hands it back to the deacon, and then bows to the deacon, and the deacon censes the celebrant with a triple double. And then the deacon will then go to to the thurifer and hand it to him, and then the thurifer will cense him with 2 doubles, and then anybody else that's sort of up at the altar. So if there's acolytes up there or there's groups of people up there, those people are censed. And then finally, the thurifer will step down onto the floor of the same floor as the nave, and then cense each side of the congregation with a triple double. And the people should bow to receive that. And this is all being done during the offertory. So again, it can be a little bit tough to get it all done, especially if you have a lot of people at the altar. So you may have to modify it. And then the final thing is just the procession out. It simply goes out the way that we came in.